There is a man who walks into a room and says almost nothing, but everyone wants to talk to him. He listens carefully. He smiles at the right moments. He speaks only when he has something truly worth saying. Then there is another man who fills every silence and jumps into every single conversation without thinking. He talks about himself, his opinions, his stories, his ideas, constantly, all night long without stopping. And by the end of the night, people are quietly looking for any reason to leave the room. Room, same party, two completely different energies. The difference had nothing to do with looks or money. It came down to one thing. The man who talked less was simply far more attractive to everyone. By the time this video ends, you will understand exactly why silence works on the human brain this way. You will also learn what you can start doing today to carry this kind of magnetic power yourself. Stay with me, because what I am about to share goes much deeper than you probably expect right now. The human brain is wired to assign value based on scarcity. This is not just a theory at all. It is a survival mechanism baked into us over hundreds of thousands of years of human evolution. Rare things are treated as precious. Common things are ignored. That is simply how our minds work. This is exactly why gold is worth more than sand, even though sand is technically everywhere around us. Now apply that same principle directly to the words that come out of your mouth every single day. When you speak constantly, your words become sand. They are everywhere. They cost nothing. Nobody truly listens. People stop paying attention because there is no reason to. There will always be more words coming soon. But when you speak selectively, your words become gold and people actually lean in to hear you. They hang on every word you say because they know you do not just say anything carelessly. This is the first law of attractive communication. Scarcity creates value, and silence creates power around you. When someone talks too much, especially about themselves, it rarely comes across the way they actually intend it. They believe they are being interesting and charming, but listeners are unconsciously receiving a very different message entirely. Constant talking signals anxiety. It tells people you are deeply uncomfortable with silence and desperately need to fill it. It signals insecurity, that you need to be heard because you are not sure you even matter. It signals low self-awareness. You are focused on being perceived rather than genuinely connecting with the other person. Attractive people, and I do not just mean physically, carry a quiet and unshakable confidence everywhere they go. They are not chasing approval through their words. They are simply not trying to impress you at all. That stillness, that indifference, is deeply magnetic because it sends one powerful silent message to every person around them. The message is this: I am completely comfortable with who I am, even without your validation or approval. You cannot fake that with more words. You can only show it by genuinely needing fewer of them. Here is something that most people never stop to consider. Silence itself is a real form of power. Think about every powerful figure you have ever seen in a film, a boardroom, or a tough conversation. They do not scramble to fill silence. They sit inside it. They let it breathe and expand naturally. They make other people feel the full weight of a pause, and it shifts the entire room's energy. When you can sit in silence without flinching, you shift the dynamic of every single interaction you have. People begin filling the silence for you. They start explaining themselves to you without you even asking anything. They become nervous and reveal far more than they ever intended to share. All because you stayed quiet. And you, simply by saying less, gain more understanding and more respect than the person doing all the talking. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is pressure. The person who wields it calmly will always have the upper hand. When you talk less, you naturally listen more. And this is where things get genuinely fascinating and powerful. Being truly listened to is one of the rarest experiences any human being can have in modern life. Most conversations are just two people patiently waiting for their turn to speak. Nobody is truly present there. When you actually listen and remember what someone said minutes ago, you connect with them on a deep level. When you ask a follow-up question that proves you were paying close attention, people feel something extraordinary inside. They feel seen, and feeling truly seen is one of the most powerful emotional experiences a person can have. It is genuinely addictive. Once someone feels seen by you, they will want to be around you again. They will think about you later. They will tell their friends about the amazing conversation they had with you. Not because you were impressive or entertaining, but simply because you made them feel truly heard and understood. That is a rare and extraordinary power. It only exists in the space you create by talking less. Let us be completely honest here. Talking less is actually much harder than it sounds for most people. Silence feels uncomfortable. We have been conditioned by social media and culture to believe louder means more relevant. We were taught the most interesting person in the room is always the one holding the floor longest. But the truth is the complete opposite of everything you have been led to believe about this subject. The most interesting person in the room is always the one you have not quite figured out yet. The one with a calm presence and a quiet confidence that makes you desperately want to know more. You cannot create that kind of mystery by explaining everything about yourself in the first 5 minutes of meeting someone. Mystery is attractive. Familiarity, when handed over too quickly and too easily, slowly kills attraction every single time. Here is exactly what I want you to begin practicing starting today. And it is simpler than you think. First, pause before you speak. Not forever, just one breath. That half second gives your words real weight. It makes the other person believe what you are about to say actually matters, because you chose it carefully. Second, let silences live. When a conversation pauses naturally, do not panic and frantically rush to fill it. Sit in it. Let the other person move first. You will earn far more respect than you expect. Third, ask more than you tell. For every statement you make, follow it with one genuine, curious question. Make the other person feel like the most interesting subject in the room, and they will love you for it. Fourth, edit yourself constantly. Before speaking, ask one fast question. Does this add value, or am I just filling silence? That one simple filter alone will completely transform the way other people experience being around you every single day. Here is the final truth I want to leave with you before this video ends today. Listen closely. The most attractive version of you is not louder, not more talkative, and not more impressive or performative at all. The most attractive version of you is grounded, secure, and so present that silence never makes you feel nervous. You do not need to fill every quiet moment with noise just to feel like you belong in the room. That version of you already exists right now. You just have to stop talking long enough for people to see it. If this video changed the way you think about how you show up in conversations, do me one favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Every week I put out content to help you build real, unshakable confidence, sharper communication, genuine presence, and the kind of energy that people actually remember long after you leave the room. No fluff, no recycled advice, just real ideas that work in the real world. And you already know that. You watched this far, which tells me you are serious about growth. Subscribe, and I will see you next time.